I'm going to turn off the clock. I'm going to play as white, and I'm going to play against the expert. And I really don't know how to beat the expert, but I'm going to do my darndest. Um, and see if I can beat the expert level. I seldom will beat the expert level. So what do I want to do? I'm going to create. So now if D4 disappears, or see, he's done it again. He can get connected Yugos here. This just, ah, it's very frustrating. Now I'm going to force him to block with Amigo here on D4. So if he does create a Yugo on C5, that's okay, because I'm going to jump in there. So now what I've got to do is build on this Yugo. Okay, I'm going to take this. So I'm down on Yugos, no question. But to be able to block this line with a Yugo is absolutely a very valuable block. These two Yugos can never make a line. This Yugo is essentially on its own, and it's blocked in this direction, it's blocked in this direction. It's blocked essentially going south because, well, I mean, it could create a line here, but the point is, I'm feeling pretty good about this right now. So, next thing to do is connect Yugos. If I can get a Yugo on D5, would be great because I'd have these two connected. I have these two connected. If I could get a Yugo on um, probably E5 would be the next best. So we're trying to get a Yugo on D5 or E5. But we've also got to make sure that um, we're not letting the AI run away with it. So it's got Amigo here on C4. Now if I create a line coming down this way, then I would take a Yugo on C4. So if C4 ever disappears, I'm going to have a Yugo there. I will I will give up a Yugo here on C3 or on C7 to get this Yugo. And you know what? I'm going to see if I can get it to block here, but let's see what it does. So it does take that. Now here's the challenge. If I block with the Yugo, then I'm giving it the opportunity to build up here. But I think that's okay. So I'm going to take it right now. So I've got connected Yugos here. I've got connected Yugos here. I'm going to block with Amigo because I don't want this to be a Yugo. So I'm going to block with Amigo now. And I'm blocked with a Yugo here. Same thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing here. So it's forcing me to block. Not really. I didn't have to do either of those, but it just seemed to me to make sense. So now, check this out. I'm gonna place Amigo here. This way, if D5 disappears, I jump in with a Yugo, and it's not good for black. Even if he gets a Yugo here. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus, I'm connecting these Migos. And again, if he wants to create a Yugo and remove D5, I'm happy. I'll take it. So let's try to create a diagonal here. Okay, no, hang on. If I go here on H5, I'm almost forcing black to block on e5, almost. And if black does block on e5, it creates a pie line here. So then I'm going to see if I can take advantage of that. So let's do this. Let's see if it does block. It does. Now I've got a pie line here, and and if e5 ever disappears, I'm okay because I'm going to jump in with a Yugo. So now let's see if we can take advantage of this pie line. Okay, let's go here. Do I let it? Yeah. Hmm. No, I'm just going to block first. I'm just going to block first. And if it creates a Yugo here, that's okay because it can never build a line of four this direction, but we've got this. So why don't I jump in here first? And it can create a Yugo there. Okay, I don't mind that at all because that Migo's never going to move. That Migo is never going to move. I can't create a line in any direction unless these Migos all disappear. That Migo is never going to move. So now I'm just going to block here. So these Migos, or these Yugos cannot create a line. These Yugos cannot create a line. And if I put that Migo there, that Migo, okay, now if I create, okay, think. I'm not in a rush. Take your time. If I create a Yugo here, I've got these two connected Yugos. Really, that's the only line I'm thinking I could get out of it. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. You know what? I'm going to go here. If it wants to create this Yugo, if it wants to create this Yugo, I'm fine with that. And if I create a Yugo here, this Migo disappears, and then it could create that Yugo. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. I'm absolutely going to leave this spot for black. So it did take that, and I'm going to block with this Yugo. So these are not connected. These are not connected. These are connected. And again, I'm going to force him to block with Amigo here. Yeah, I think this is the right move. He's got to block here. What? No, because he can block. Right, okay. You know what? If I if I take this Yugo, he has to block here with Amigo. And then what happens if that disappears? No, I'm going to go here first. I'm going to go here first with Amigo because, okay, let's think about this. Because, okay, listen, if I just take the Yugo here now, isn't that best? And then he'll just block with that. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely the answer. Block with that Migo or block with that Yugo. He's going to block with Amigo, which is no good for him. That can never disappear. And now he can't play here. If I remove this, he's got to block both ends with Amigo. I have another Yugo. I'm going to take it. Okay, so he's blocked both ends with Amigo. He is not going to play here, but I can force him, just about force him, to block here. He's not going to do it. He's going to give me that Yugo because he kind of has to. Then he's got to block here with Amigo. Okay, I think I'm ahead. Right. He still can't go there. If I go here, he blocks there. If I go here, he goes there. So, um, if I take this, is he going to block there? And then I block there. I think I should take this because then I can create a Yugo here or here. If I create this Yugo, it doesn't hurt me, I don't think. Okay, where can he go down here? Um, I'm going to take I'm going to take this because if he creates a Yugo at either end, I will block with a Yugo. I don't think he's going to do that. I'm going to I'm going to you know what? Let's build up here. What do I want to do? Think about this. What's he Okay, I might as well go here because or no, I want to let him have that. I want him to have b5 available. I want him to have b5 available. So let's work up here. And he blocks there. Now let's go here. He's going to give me that. Now, he can't take g3 or he loses. He can't take h8 or he loses. So I'm well ahead here. I am well ahead. Um, and if he takes g5, what happens? He loses. He can't take g5 or he loses. He can't take. So if he takes g5, then g4 disappears and he loses. If he takes g3, f4 disappears and he loses. So these two he cannot play. If he takes h8, e5 disappears and he loses. If b4 disappears, he loses. So I'm just going to create more Yugos. But you know what? Okay, so I'm ahead by a Yugo. I should simply clog things up and force him to play in the positions that he doesn't want to play, right? So let's go here. Now, if he creates a Yugo here, I'm not going to let him do it. I'm just going to block things up. I'm up 8-7, and I think I've got the advantage. And even if I win with a Wego, I will take it. Against the expert level, I will take it. Now, what happens if he creates a Yugo here? I get in with a, you know what? I'm just going to block it. I am just going to block it and play for the Wego at this point. I've got to be careful, but I think I can win with a Wego. Do I want him to be able to play here? So if I let him create a Yugo here, these two Migos disappear. I create a Yugo. He has to block down here. No, I'm just going to block it. I don't need to create another Yugo. I'm ahead on Yugos. I don't need to create another Yugo. I'm just going to block. If he creates a Yugo here, he loses. If I create a Yugo here, no value to me. So I'm going to continue to block up. If he creates a Yugo here, he loses. Still, I'm just going to keep reminding myself. So this is the trick, to get him to play in a place where it harms him. Okay, I don't want to play here, so I will play here. Now I'll play here. He's only got 3 moves left. I think I'm going to win with I go. If I go here, I think I'm going to win with an I go. He opens it up. Holy cow, I beat the expert. Okay, so I actually did manage to work that out.